Yo everyone, what's up? Curryway here. I'm back finally. I've moved fully in. Videos haven't been out for a while. And by the title of this video, this is gonna be a pretty fun video. I decided now that I have a setup again. I'm actually still waiting on a desk. I should be getting my new desk in like 2 to 3 days, hopefully. I'm using like a it's kind of a scuff setup right now, but it allows me to make some videos which I wanted to do while I was derusting before I start streaming again. And this one's going to be really fun. It is about the worst choke that I've ever had speedrunning. This happened about over 2 months ago now. This happened on September 20th. I'm recording this on December 6th, and this was awful. This was absolutely awful. I don't want to spoil exactly what happened, but it is a really cool, interesting run, especially with what the meta's turned into in 1.16. So just for a little bit of context in the background, like I said, this takes place in September 20th. This is significantly before either of my world record runs. At the time, I think my PB in 1.16 was like a 23-minute time, and the world record at the time was either Sizzler or Dimiax. I don't believe the 17:26 happened yet. I don't believe Corb's 14:56 happened yet. Well, I know that. I don't know about the Dima 17:26. I'm pretty positive that it didn't. I was going for sub 20 in these runs, and that was kind of my goal in these. And I thought this would be a really interesting run just to look back on. We're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm going to skim through parts of it, but I hope you do enjoy, and I do have plans for a couple other videos coming out in the next week or so before I start streaming again. I really want to do some tips and tricks stuff, but without further ado, let's get into this video. I could just start at the beginning so you guys can see that it's a random seed. And one other thing that I want to mention before I start cutting through this video, you'll notice that there's sounds in the background of this. A lot of people asked or like were kind of suspicious on why in my world record like live stream I don't have audio in the runs. Well, I actually don't have audio in most of them. This was probably a couple days before I started cutting out audio entirely in the live stream runs. And the reason I did that is I started watching live streams while I was running, and just for like privacy reasons, or just I didn't really want people to listen to what I was listening to the entire time. I just decided to cut off all in-game audio, or all audio entirely, like my mic, in-game, everything. So that's why there's no like hidden suspicious reason. So I just thought I'd address that. Anyway, this is a pretty random or pretty normal start. I believe I go for a village. We can just skim through this, like I said. Obviously the main point is at the end. But this is pretty standard. I get a boat, we're going to a desert, and I believe there's a village over here that we're going to go through. So we can skip through just a bit. You can see something that I do here too, which I actually recommend for a lot of runners, is that I go into this cave and end up mining some iron. And the reason I do that is when I was going for sub 20, I really wanted to guarantee iron pick strats, and I still firmly believe this is faster and has less RNG than going for COD strats, because COD strats can be super fast, but you need to rely on having enough wheat in the village. You have to take the time to craft obviously the things that you need, and it also, you can't really do anything else while you're doing the bucket stuff, right? So like you can see, I'm just putting the iron in the furnace. I know I'm going back to that lava pool, and that's super easy. Now I don't have to worry about COD strats or anything, and I'm guaranteeing myself an iron pickaxe, which is really good. I get the flint that I need, and then I go through this village, which you don't really need to do. Like, we kind of know how a village works. Oh, I actually think I remember there was, I think there was like another, yeah, there was another like lava pool or something over here. So I actually, in this one very specific instance, I actually wasted time by not doing that. But it's such a rare case that, you know, I don't really blame myself for smelting the iron over there. But I'm able to grab this iron pick, or grab this gold block with my iron pick. I'm looking for gold again. This is over 2 months ago. I'm a much better runner now than I was back then. And we're entering pretty late, as you can see. I'm entering around 6:30, which is pretty late for a sub 20 time. But again, I got some gold. I got an iron pick. That water bucket placement was awful. And we are heading to the nether. So, here we are in the nether. And you can see there's literally nothing. So, a lot of times now, this would have been like an instant reset for me. And this is going to be something I do talk about in future videos, where you know, when to reset, how to reset. But I see a Bastion. This is about 30 seconds of me being in the Nether. Now, I want to talk about this. This is treasure. I know this instantly because of how it's... I even knew this back then. I knew this was treasure instantly based on how this back is. And I actually find this really interesting because if anyone is familiar with how Bastion runs kind of go now on treasure, is this is the back of the rampart for treasure. And what people do is they're on the other side and kind of mine through the wall to grab these gold blocks. But I'm in a really interesting position here because I see the gold blocks without going into the Bastion. And a lot of times this is super high up in the Bastion, right? I'm probably, I don't know exactly, but I'd say I'm probably at like Y80. So I'm able to see all these gold blocks and I'm able to get them pretty easily, which is really nice. And I don't have to go in the middle for treasure. This is, again, very similar to what people do now, which again, another reason why I wanted to show this is I kind of unintentionally did this like two and a half months ago without even realizing what the meta was going to be. So I thought this was a really cool like little tidbit and one of the reasons why I wanted to show the run. So I put on some gold boots, get some blocks, and then you can see that I'm going to go up here and start mining the gold blocks. Now you can also see once this video decides to cooperate with me, like I said, I am very high up. You can see there, very, very high up in a run, or in this Bastion above the ground. Almost die here. Block placement's absolutely awful. And I'm just mining these gold blocks. I honestly, at this point in, like, I didn't really know where chests were in Treasure Bastion, so I was just kind of, again, just grabbing the blocks. I think I ended up getting, like, 7 or 8. So that's at least 5 gold blocks, I believe. And I think I got one more, actually. But then I just start trading, yeah. So I get this last one, and then I go for these chests, which doesn't really give me a lot, I believe. Because, again, I have beds, you know, I don't need to do anything like crazy hyper modern or anything. And I'm just looking for piglin to trade with. So I see these people down here. Again, this isn't, like, too specific to the throw, but it's nice to see, like, how different Bastion runs were back before, like, all these new strats came out. But I kind of had the idea. It's somewhat. Not really, but, you know, somewhat. So we can go through this. I'm doing all my trading here. And I believe that I do get enough obsidian. I think at this point I see the pearls and I get enough. Oh, I only have 8. So I still need a lot more pearls. And that's what I'm waiting for. My time is at 10. Remember, I'm going for a sub 20. This is still very sub 20able, but I need a pretty close fortress. I have no idea where a fortress is. I have my 10 obsidian. I just am waiting for another pearl trade right now. That's literally all I need. And I think I wait for a while on this pearl trade if I remember correctly. Yeah, at 16. I should be leaving right now. I don't know why I'm not. I probably wanted one more for safety at this point. But I should have been leaving when I had 16. And yeah, I finally leave here when I probably got another pearl trade. So now I'm looking at my coordinates. So even back then, right? Even 2.5 months ago, like, people were aware of this coordinate chunk thing. Maybe not fully, but definitely was a thing. So I kind of was looking here. I got my last pearl trade. I believe I get 3 8 trades, which is insanity. And I'm looking for where this was. Obviously, looking back now, it was positive, negative. It's very clear. And I'm going, I believe, negative. Yes. So now I am looking for the fortress. Again, very similar to how runs now are done, which is a reason why I found this so interesting. And now I'm looking for a fortress. That's really all I need. And I believe right here I see one. Yes. And at 12 minutes, I get a fortress. Very nice. I'm super happy. At this point, I'm definitely thinking it's PBable, but nothing too crazy. And I think something I should mention, too. Let me just pause while I talk about this for a second. Blind travel was very different at this point. I believe people knew, like, what blind travel was. Like, I was aware of blind travel. Again, this is, I think, before the Dima run. If not, like, maybe right after the 1726, his blind travel run. So people knew about it, but not really to the extent of how insane it could be. And a lot more, like, the popular thing to do was to educate it. So I think that's really important. So I'm thinking, in my head, I'm thinking this definitely has a chance to... I'm playing really stupid, too. I have a fire res potion. I'm playing so bad. And, wow, I cannot believe how much better I've gotten in 2 months. But I see these... I think I pearl past these withers because I just didn't want to deal with it. But again, this isn't important. We can skip ahead to the blaze spawner. So I'm at the blaze spawner at... These blazes take forever. I want to see what time I actually get here, because I remember this took so long. So we get here at 13:30. Okay. So I need a pretty fast blaze. And around here is probably when I'm going to check my coordinates. And see that I'm probably too far out. So I remember I kill 18 blazes here. I know that because I was looking at the stats after this video. So now I'm just organizing my inventory. I have more pearls than I could ever need. My inventory is pretty much a hot mess. I'm very surprised I have a bow and arrow at this point. I guess I just made one for safety, but that's just really dumb. And I see my cords are a little bit farther than I would like. You know, quick math, I see that the cords add up to about -400. And realistically, you want them to add up to... I think the sweet spots are in between 170 and 330. I usually like to go for 250. Like the 250 to 270 range. So I'm just going to do what I can now and do all this blaze spawner stuff. So we can skip ahead again. Like I said, this is not anything I wanted to see. Oh, what do I do here? I'm curious about this. So I'm still waiting. Remember, this has been a minute and a half now, and I only have 2 blaze rods. And I've done... So, no word of advice. Don't dig 2 blocks down. I'm going to do a video where it's like 5 tips for the nether. I used to do 2 blocks down. I thought that was better. It's not. It literally does not impact the spawning at all. You want to mine out these blocks. I'm just not smart. But yeah, my blaze rod drops were pathetic, as you can see. Almost 2 minutes in and had nothing. I had to use my second fire res. And I... oh, I was going to statistics. But yeah, 10 for 2 so far. So 2 for 10. So anyone that's always like, oh my god, your blaze rod drops are insane. Well, here are the runs that you don't see. So again, we can skip through here now. And at this point, I was thinking, like, this is pretty dead. Again, almost 3 minutes in. Just tough, honestly. Just really tough. When do I end up leaving? Do I just leave with 4? What am I doing? I have to get, like, 2 drops, like, right now, I'm guessing. Because there's no way I just leave, yeah. Okay. My axe breaks. Nice, I get a gold axe. Very cool. I think I crafted this gold axe specifically because I knew it was taking too long. And I finally get 6, and I decide to leave. So I'm leaving 3.5 minutes later at this blaze spawner. And I have to go all the way back. So, remember, at this point, educated is much better of a move in the public perception, right? So, that's my thought process at this moment. I have to go back so I can educated travel. But, with the time, I'm kind of deciding right here that I'd rather do the blind travel and just risk it and say, screw it, this run's probably dead anyway. So, that's what's going through my mind right now. So, we're going back, I don't think I want to cut anything else out. No, I don't. So, let's just watch from here. So, again, I don't really know where my spawn is from here. And I think that was another thing. Like, I had no idea where to get back. And I see my cords. This adds up to, like, -250. I'm like, screw it, this is fine. So, I'm just building my portal here. 71 is a good Y value. I don't even think I was looking at that at the time. So, here we go. Portal in. Flint and steel. And here we go. So, where is this going to take me? Right? This is the biggest throw I've ever had. So, where is this going to take me? Throw one eye. I think I pillar up, yeah. So, I pillar up. Throw an eye. It goes behind me. Okay, very cool. So, that is going that way. And you might be able to tell. But the stronghold is literally right here. I blind traveled directly over the stronghold. This is, by all accounts that I'm aware of, again, no one's really seen this because it was an unlisted live stream that happened 2 months ago. I think this is the best blind travel of all time. I'm not obviously positive on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Open exposed stronghold. So here's where the throwing starts, okay? So this is obviously an open exposed ocean stronghold, and I'm looking for the portal room. Now, hindsight 2020, the portal room is exposed, but I don't see that because now I'm panicking. I'm thinking, wow, this is PB pace, and I just decide to mine in instead of looking for the portal room, which was not a smart play. Because there's going to be an insane amount of mobs everywhere. Now, I should mention, this is also before people knew about the flush door thing, where if the door is... you want to go backwards on the doors to get back to the starter staircase. This is before that, so I had no idea that was a thing. So I'm just traversing through this stronghold, trying to find anything I possibly can to get me closer to the portal room. And I am just running. And I know, like, looking back now, it's kind of hard to watch because I know that I'm going just the complete opposite direction. Now, the reason I wanted to go this way and go down is because my thought process was I would have seen the portal room from the ocean. It's probably down here. And it's very obviously not down here. And that's just because I, again, made very bad plays. Like I said, this was the worst throw I've ever had. It was just absolutely pathetic. Now, I hear the silverfish hiss, and I think that means that I'm close, even though it doesn't. It was just that silverfish, so wasted a bunch of time there. Now I have mobs everywhere, too, which is not helping the situation. I'm trying to just go anywhere. Again, I'm thinking down, good, and I'm getting nothing. And at this point, it's very much off the sub 20 pace. But this had sub 20 potential. If I just went to the portal room, like if I took 3 more seconds in the ocean to look for the portal room, I would have had it. So now I'm going back up. Now here's the important part to look at. Let's look at my health. 2 baby zombies. My health is starting to get a little low. I see a creeper that I'm blocking myself in with. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then there's like 50 silverfish, so I have to get out here. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And here we go. This is the fun part. So let's slow this down, okay? So this creeper blows up. I knew that I was going to be fine with the creeper explosion. I did not realize the silverfish would all happen. That was just a very big oversight in the heat of the moment for me. Then I see this water start to fall down. Obviously, I'm thinking, okay, I'll be safe. I'll just climb into the ocean. What I did not realize, and that I failed to remember, was that this stronghold is above, or I guess under is probably the right word. The stronghold is under ocean ruins. There are ocean ruins right around this stronghold in the ocean, which is going to spawn drowns, and drowns have a 6.25% chance to spawn with a trident, and this is what happens. So I'm turning, I see this trident, he has a drowned, or this drowned has a trident. I eat one food, I'm trying to block it with my shield, it goes through my shield, and I'm thinking, oh no, this is not good, and I die. And that's very bad. And the moment I'm thinking, wow, that sucks. That really sucks. And I take like a really long break here because I'm just like, wow, that was awful. I locate the stronghold. I see how close it was. And then I look at the portal. Also, drown in the boat is pretty funny. I never noticed that. And now I'm looking for the exposed portal room. And there it is. It's kind of hidden, but I should have seen this. It's a one eye. There's light coming from everywhere. I should have seen this. And this is the moment where you could see me get up here, actually. Oh, that's actually funny. Literally see me walk away because I'm just like, wow, I need a moment. And then I spliced this part in editing because I was like, let's see. So unfortunately, I didn't show the and I renamed this, as you can remember. I was naming things that I threw, so I named this hard throw too. But yeah, this was tough, and I kept this world for a lot of reasons. I didn't keep the seed, unfortunately, but I kept this recording, for a lot of reasons. It was a throw that I've never seen anyone have before or since. Literally right above the stronghold. Like, very obvious. I should have just seen this, especially playing with Gamma 5 or whatever I was playing with. There's absolutely no excuse for this. And it hurt. It hurt a lot. I thought this was going to be like the closest chance I had to a sub 20 run. And then, it did hurt. It did definitely take a lot out of me. But then I thought to myself more. I was like, okay, let's think about this. The Nether was not great. I mean, it was really good, but I played the Bastion poorly. The Blaze Rod drops were awful. I didn't get into the Nether until 6.5 minutes. And obviously, yeah, this blind travel is fantastic, but there's a lot of other things that I can improve on in between. And that's what kept me going in this. It's super easy when you get something like this to just really be down on yourself and, trying to pick yourself back up can be very difficult. And that's why I wanted to show this to you guys, that this can happen to anyone. Every runner probably has one or two runs that they really wish they could have back. This is by far the one for me. It would have been great to have easily, probably a top 3 time at the time at worst. At best, this could have been world record if this was before the 1726, which I'm not sure of. But this hurt, and I learned a lot from it about navigating ocean strongholds, about looking for the portal room, about navigating strongholds in general. But it was really cool to see. It's a very similar run to what you'd see runners nowadays do too, which I also thought was a pretty fun way to bring this up, but that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all did enjoy. It was kind of fun. Like I said, I'll do some other shorter content in the next couple days talking about what you can do to improve your runs, some tips and tricks on, I want to do like a village one, a nether one, and an end one / stronghold, and really talk about that. And also I think I want to do a video talking about when to reset in runs depending on what times you're going for, which I think will also be really interesting too. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you again soon. Peace out, everyone. Bye.